Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we are talking about what happens when we have Ketu, placed in the 9th house in your birth chart. So what happens when Ketu is in the 9th house? Well, in order to understand that, we need to understand what Ketu means and combine that with what the 9th house means. Put them together and create our own analysis from that. So before we get into all that good stuff, I'd just like to let you guys know that I am a Vedic astrologer. I do Vedic astrology readings professionally, so you can check those out. You can check all the stuff that I have to offer out at GeboTheShaman.com. Alright, so I'm having some massive bundle sales on all my courses, products, services, everything that I have to offer you. And you can check that out at my website, GeboTheShaman.com. So I have my astrology certification courses, I have my Vedic astrology readings, career readings, relationship readings, things like that, birth time rectification, and distance energy healing, career coaching, life coaching, ritual magic courses, Qigong courses like the Self-Transformation Challenge here. This is a very powerful course, so you can check that out. And yeah, let's get into the video. So, what happens when we have Ketu in the 9th house? So, in order to understand this placement, we need to understand what Ketu means. We'll combine that with we'll then talk about what the 9th house means, and combine that and create our own analysis. So, what is Ketu? Ketu is the house, the planet of detachment. So this is what Ketu is all about: detachment. He wants to detach from the material world, and he wants to go into the spiritual world. He says, yeah, I've been there, I've done that, and it wasn't fulfilling, so now I gotta go into the spiritual world. So this is all about meditation, doing energy work, Qigong, meditation, yoga, all kinds of stuff. So Ketu wants to meditate, he wants to do daily spiritual practices, mantras, things like that. And this is what he wants to do. He doesn't want to go into the material world. He doesn't want to have a mansion. He doesn't want to partake in the 3D material stuff. He wants to come out of it. So Ketu is the body of Rahu. So if you're familiar with the Vedic mythology or the Vedic texts, they say that Rahu is the head of the Asura or the demon, and Ketu is the body. And Rahu wants to go into the material world. He wants to go into the illusion. He wants to consume everything. So this is attachments, this is addictions, this is the illusion of the material world. So Rahu wants to consume that, and he wants to feel satiated by it. So he wants that material stuff to fulfill him. However, the material stuff can never fulfill you. Only spirituality can. So this is what this is all about. So Rahu wants to go into the illusion, and Ketu says, okay, I've had enough, I've had my fill, and I'm done, and Ketu wants to come out of it. So this means that Ketu is an expert at wherever he is placed. So if it's the 9th house, he's going to be an expert in 9th house things. So what is the 9th house? So the 9th house is your spirituality. 9th house is religion. 9th house is philosophy. 9th house is book learning. 9th house is teaching. So 9th house is religion, philosophy, higher education, spirituality, and teaching. So those are the things that Ketu is expert at. So, if you have this placement, that means that Ketu is going to be, it means that, like, you will have mastery over, like, your education, your spiritual teachings. Like, you could be a guru, someone who teaches other people what he knows. And so this placement really, like, it's like, yeah, it's almost like the 9th house is more of a intellectual grasping of spirituality. It's more like, you do this, you shouldn't do this, you do this instead, you do this mantra, do this ritual, and you do that for 40 years, and that's all you do. Well, Ketu is more of a intuitive planet. It knows what it's supposed to be doing intuitively. So instead of focusing on the dogma, focusing on the right things to do, the following by the book, things like that, instead of doing that, it kind of creates its own, it kind of flies by the seat of its pants. It creates its own spiritual practices by using its intuition. So it'll take what works for it. You'll take what works for you. So, for example, maybe instead of practicing the religion or the spiritual beliefs of your family, you go off and do your own thing. And that's what Ketu wants to do. It wants to do its own thing. So, however, it is very learned and very very experienced in, like, religious philosophy, religious teaching, spiritual philosophies, spiritual teachings, and things like that. It knows a lot about that stuff. However, it's one thing knowing what other people have written down and what other people have encoded, or like have it. Basically, it's one thing to know another person's truth versus what your truth is. So Ketu is all about finding your own truth versus what other people think. So this is what it does in the 9th house. It creates its own truth. It, like, dives into its own truth, its own spiritual beliefs and things like that. So Ketu in the 9th house really wants to, it goes by its own philosophy. And so if you have this placement, this means that you could be a very good spiritual teacher. Because why? Because you have Rahu in the 3rd house. So Rahu wants to communicate and share its knowledge, things like that. So it wants to share its knowledge, and Ketu in the house of teaching, in the house of spiritual teaching and things like that. It's like you could do very well with sharing your spiritual beliefs and things like that, and you could be a guru. You could be an excellent teacher of spirituality and things like that. So the other thing that the 9th house represents is higher education. So with the 9th house, with Ketu here, it's almost like your higher education could suffer. It could because Ketu is isolation, Ketu is separation. So either you would probably, I don't know, you would have a very unique and interesting higher education experience. It's like you could go off into a far off place and study. Maybe you're like a researcher who does like research on climate change or something like that, and you go off to the middle of the Antarctic and you study core samples. Something like that. Like, this would put you would want to research, but you would want to do it in isolation. You would want to do it in private, by yourself. So 9th house, Ketu makes somebody a very avid researcher, and someone who is very, very good with like higher education and learning, absorbing new knowledge and things like that. However, there is this sense of dissatisfaction. Like you want to research, but you want to do it alone. You want to do it by yourself with no distractions, with nobody else around you and things like that. So that's what Ketu does. And let's see. Anything else? I think that's it, guys. So I'm gonna end it there, and hopefully you got a lot out of this video. And if you did, if you liked what I had to share today, go ahead and like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really helps the channel. And so we do have some astrology certification. All my courses, all my products, all my services are on sale right now. So you can check out GeboTheShaman.com to see all my bundle sales. You can get like 2 courses for half the price of one. It's insane what I'm putting out there for sale. So go check that out. And yeah, so we have the astrology certification courses. So that course basically, it takes you through step A through step C of how I do my Vedic astrology readings professionally, and it's very good. I've had a lot of clients say great things about these readings. So this is just the way that I like to do them. However, I do also offer career readings and relationship readings if you'd like to get detailed on specific things within your life, within your birth chart. So yeah, the certification course basically takes you through, it's a self-paced video course, and it takes you through step A through step Z of how I do my astrology readings. And not only that, when you pass my certification exam, I will give you your very own website to become a Vedic astrologer professional. So you can take that business as far as you like. You can be, you can do it part-time, you can do it full-time, doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you want with it, pretty much. So you can make it as successful as you want it to be. Alright, and then we have the Vedic astrology readings, like I said, the career readings, relationship readings, and I have just my standard reading that is very helpful to a lot of people. So there's that. Then we also have the birth time rectification service. So if you don't know your birth time, then it's very helpful to get that information so that way you can have an accurate astrology chart to work off of. Because once you know your birth time down to the minute, it's like it makes everything so much easier, and it's just really, really good. So anyway, then we have the distance energy healing. So that's something that I offer to my clients, and that is wonderful because it really helps you to heal yourself. It is very empowering, very healing, and it's not just like you you purchase that and then all of a sudden you're healed. You get to participate in that process as well. So I'll give you a guided meditation to do, which helps you in that process of healing. And then we have the career coaching and life coaching. So if you're one of those people who is unsure what you're supposed to be doing in this life, then you can check out my career coaching. That'll help you discover what your path is, what your passion in life is, and things like that. So that's a really very helpful tool that I use for all my clients. And then we have the life coaching. So if you're having any kind of issues, you can check out the life coaching. I do also have ritual magic courses, and I have an emotional awareness course, and also cosmic qigong. So I have my qigong courses. So here you can see me doing kundalini yoga, and I combine kundalini yoga with qigong and meditation and the lightning energy of the heart center. So if you're interested in taking your spiritual evolution to the next level, you can check that out. It's a really great course, honestly, guys. And then we have the cosmic qigong, which is a beginner's qigong course. It really helps you to open up the meridians and get the energy flowing in your body. So it's a really helpful course. And then this combines those three with the lightning energy of the heart center. So it is very helpful. It's just, this course alone has done so much for my life. It's incredible how much it's done for me. So I have a very soft spot in my heart for that course because I know how transformative it can be. Alright guys, so that's about it for me. So if you're interested in anything that I have to offer, remember everything is on sale right now, so you can check that out at GeboTheShaman.com. Alright, and we will talk to you next time. Peace.